well. Um, I think a lot of students, you get in what you put into it. If you're lazy and don't want to put in work, then you'll drive later. It'll be 16 and a half. It'll be 17 and a half. It'll be 18 and a half. If you're the type of kid who really wants to focus on driving and you have a parent who's willing, you're going to learn sooner. I'm not your parent. I don't live with you. I am a teacher. I am an educator. I have two children. So I understand because I see your age group all the time. But everyone is different. Some of you mature sooner, some of you mature later, some of you don't mature at all. Okay, once I have my permit, am I allowed to drive with any adult as long as they're over 21? Yes. You want to drive with anyone in your family or a designated adult. You don't care. Well, you do care, but you want to get as many night drives as possible. You want to go to the city. You want to go on country roads. You want to drive in rush hour. Your parents work. Most of your parents work. This is how we have a house, and you have clothes on your back, and you go on those big family trips. So you got to remember your parents are tired, and we're not going to be mad at parents because we work, okay? I dropped my daughter off at the airport. She's going to Vegas until Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, my two chill drivers, we need to make a little change in the schedule. I'll let you guys know later. So it's no big deal, right? But she works and she does real estate. She does graduated. So she can take a trip. And then when she comes back, she's going to have two clients on Monday who may want to buy a house. So she puts in that work. My son is going to be going to Texas this weekend. He played football down there. He's going down there for homecoming. He paid for his own ticket. He did what he had to do. So you want to drive with anyone in your family or a good friend who will drive you. And you want to go everywhere, outside of the county, inside the county, roundabouts, curvy roads, right turns, left turns. The more things you do, the better you're going to get. And usually around year 3 or 4, you're going to feel more comfortable. I say that because it takes 10 years. If you're 17, that's 27. If you're 16, that's 26. Isabella, Connor, Peyton, Michael, I know you don't want to hear that, but it takes 10 years to become a master. If you want to be a great mathematician, you're going to have to take a lot of math, and you're going to have to learn a lot. If I want to be a great figure skater, I got to make sure my edges are sharp, right? I got to get on that rink and practice, okay? So I understand because I have athletes here, and I was once an athlete in high school and college. I understand that. So I listen to your stories. I listen to your journeys because I care. And if you know I care, you're going to work harder. If you think I don't care, oh, he's just quiet. He doesn't even talk in the car. He only says something when I'm doing something wrong. Sure. But I try to give you information. I want you to make good decisions. Remember, I'm an instructor, and I'll say different things than your parents will. Your parents will just cut off your head. Hey, you're going too fast. Slow down. I'm not driving with you. And now you and your mom have a fight, or you and your dad have a fight. So are we going to take the final test the same day, regardless of how many drives we have? Here's the deal. We have, excuse me, hold on. Okay, I'm better. We have 6 weeks to get you done. Some of you got a couple of drives in. Some of you are at 3 drives. Some of you haven't started yet. Some of you have different schedules. It's all good. I used to drive up to 25 students, and I would get them done in 6 weeks. You are in school. I'm an educator. We balance. I don't really drive during the week. I don't have to. If I wanted to, I could. I could drive after class tonight. I could drive 2 of you tonight if I want. Oh, I'll drive. But I don't have to do that. So I drive on the weekends, long days. You will get done. There's a date that you have to be done by. And because I have such a small class, we can get you guys done. So you don't want to miss drives. You don't want to oversleep. You want to get it done because that's going to put a lot of pressure on you, not so much pressure on me. You don't want to miss days either. Hey, how you doing today? What's going on? Real talk. So, and I think a lot of you are worried about, am I going to get done? You will get done. How do my hours count? You need 6 hours of driving, 4 hours of observation. That's it. So I think a lot of you are just worried about numbers. Driving is more than just numbers. The state requires 24 hours of class. You know this. The state requires 6 hours of driving. You know this. The state requires 4 hours of observation, but you're going to learn too. So I answered the question in a chilled way so you don't panic. Put in more questions. You need to take advantage of this right now. Yesterday, we also talked about learning the interstate system. And you're going to have to learn that system if you want to drive around the United States. And like I said, eventually you will leave the state. You will go to Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Texas, Florida. So you need to learn the interstate system as soon as possible. Put more questions in. Can we drive more than 30 hours? I like that. The answer is yes. Typically, what I see students coming into segment 2, the more drives you have, the better driver you're going to be. Your mom and dad are like, you're driving to Chicago. What? Don't worry, we'll show you. We're going to sit back and relax and have Starbucks while you get nervous. Thanks, mom and dad. Or you're going to drive to Iowa. We're going to see my second cousin. Mom, you don't even talk to her. I don't care. You're driving. Or you're going to drive to Florida. So some of your parents are going to push you. They're going to get you a car. You're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to work. So that is really important that you have a parent who's open-minded. Some of your parents are like, nope, we only have one car, you're not driving it. So if you have a parent that has one car, it's going to be tough. Most of your parents, dad has a car, mom has a car, and then whoever's car is the oldest, you're probably going to get that car, and your mom will say, listen, you know what? I'm going to get that 2026 Range Rover. You're going to have my 2015 beat-up grandma car. Thanks, Mom. Okay, so you need to be humble. Yes, you can drive more than 30 hours. You'll be a better driver in segment 2. Remember, I talked about segment 2. I had students who were 17, almost 18, only 30 hours. And they're a junior or they're a senior. They told me driving is not a priority. So I'll say that again. You're enrolled in a driver's education class, but driving isn't priority. I don't understand you. But I'm not you. COVID has changed a lot. So keep going. Put more questions in. All we need to put questions in. Let's get it. Okay, I'm encouraging you to put questions in. Put them in. Okay, usually have an uncle or auntie. Hey, nephew. Hey, niece. Let's go driving. Okay, my niece is a little bit nervous. I had the Chrysler 300 then. I took her out driving. Hey, uncle, when you take me out? Girl, let's go. Lower the keys. She's like, thank you. She was just very, very, very nervous. She had a car at home. She was a senior. She didn't really want to drive a lot. I mean, yes, your parents, some of your parents will push you, some of them will not. Everyone's different. Why are you thinking of more questions? We're going to go over some information. I'm really trying to be thorough. And what's going to happen is I'm going to see a lot of you do well on your tests. A lot of you will do well on driving Saturday and Sunday because you know that I'm going to be prepped. I'm going to be prepared. I'm expecting good hand-over-hand turns, good left turns, great speed control, high-level parking. I'm setting a standard because I'm not going to go easy on you. I'm going to expect you to drive well. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to mix up left and right. You're going to pull out in front of a car, and I'm going to have to hit the brake on you. You're going to look at me. And sometimes I say something, sometimes I don't. But if you keep making mistakes, I have to talk to you. And then your parents will say, I'm glad you're teaching my son or daughter, and I'm not. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And then I always talk to your parent. I tell them how you do. And that's what good instructors do. Do you have any tips for backing for parking? We're going to practice backing in driveways, reverse parallel parking, backing in small, little, narrow streets. If you really want to get better, tell me, and we will work. If you want to drive on a curvy road, I can take you on small, narrow roads. If you want roundabouts, we can go to 3 or 4 roundabouts. We're not just going to straight drive. You won't learn anything. So I have routes to make you a better driver. So keep asking questions, and I only speak the truth. Give me 1 second. Guys, we're giving some great information here. You need to put your questions in. I know you love my glasses. That's chill mode. I know you do. So what we're going to do, so put your questions in. Okay, let's get it. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to do a screen share. On what drives do students normally go on the freeway? Drive 4. Because I don't wait to 5 and 6 because the minimum is 4 times. Getting on, getting off is once. The more you practice getting on the freeway and getting off, the better you become. I don't rush. I really am very strategic, and I do this on purpose to make you a better driver. Every kid is different. I don't wait till the last 10 minutes to get you on the expressway. It could be closed. It could be an accident. It could be any event. I don't wait. We practice parallel parking. We work on turns. Everyone's a little bit different. I like the question. Thank you. Alexis, the only one asking questions? Wow, Alexis is really going to rise to the top. Can someone else, the brother, some questions, please, and thank you. I'm going to share some information because this is really important. This is for you. So in lecture 1, we talked about the course requirements. You did the pre-test, okay? You did the sign pre-test. Of course, I wasn't here because I was in Texas. Hey, whatever driver should know. Regardless of where you live, you should be looking whatever driver must know. That's going to teach you everything, but a lot of you won't do it. I'm too busy. I don't care. You got to start caring more. And the more information you know, the better driver you're going to be. I learn every day from you, just like my segment 2. A lot of kids don't want to drive. A lot of parents don't want to drive you. And a lot of parents are very busy, okay? So have your mother say meow. Now, begin with the driving experience. All of you have a driving experience. I always ask your parents, do they have any experience? Are you the second or third student through? Basics, driving maneuvers, parallel parking, reversing in driveways, angle parking, stall parking, driving around the outer ring of a mall, the outer ring of a community college. Okay, those are closed-in areas. You have stop signs or yield signs. They're great for beginning drivers. You have to know how to stop and not do rolling stops. A lot of your parents below stop signs. A lot of your friends below stop signs. If you do that, you're going to get a ticket. Next, let's continue. The worksheets just supplement what we're doing. Signs, signals, pavement markings. We need to look at another video on that because that would definitely help you. Intersections are the most dangerous place. If you run a light, we're going to get hit. One of you said, what happens if we run a red light? You die. You get a ticket, you get hit. Don't run red lights. It's just very simple. You have to look ahead to see what the light's doing. You need to look ahead 5 to 7 cars. Sometimes they're instant yellows. And I notice that more and more because there are lights that are put up by subdivisions. And if there's no car there, it will stay green forever. If a car is there, it will turn instant yellow. And that makes beginning drivers panic. So I try to prepare you for that so you don't slam brakes and we don't get rear-ended. That's experience. On lecture 4, you talked about, you did that sign quiz, space management. Space management is really important. A lot of beginning drivers tend to not keep good space. It's really important that you understand intersections are potential life-threatening situations. Pedestrians have headphones in. People are walking on the wrong. If you're walking, you walk against traffic. If you're riding your bike, you ride with traffic. Hey, we need some thumbs up here. Can we get some thumbs up in this live, please? We talking real. So you got to watch for people who normally should be on the sidewalk. If there's a sidewalk, pedestrians should be walking on the sidewalk. But now we have e-scooters and e-bikes. We have people who are doing 15, 20 miles an hour, and they're going to blow through a light. And if you run your light, you just took someone's life. So I'm just trying to keep it real with you. I'm not going to lie. Lecture 5, defensive driving. That's the biggest thing that I see. One of you said, well, what happens if a car cuts out in front of me? Expect a car to cut out in front of you. If you're pulling out from McDonald's, a street, a gas station, we are the private drive. We have to yield to oncoming traffic. If you don't look left or right, you pull out, you get hit. That's what happened to us about a week ago. We didn't look. So you have to look left and right at intersections. If I don't see you doing that, I'm going to tell you. I'm supposed to tell you in a kind, chilled way. Now rip your head off. Put more questions in. So space management is important. You got to know how to parallel park. If you're going to go to a downtown venue, sports, see an entertainer, a rapper, you got to know how to park. And if you can't park, then you're going to have to pay for parking. That's $50. That's $60. You don't have that. So you have to know how to park in about 10 seconds. Line your car up, reverse back, turn your wheel all the way to the right. You should be able to parallel park within 10 seconds. We practice this. So you have to. A lot of adults don't know how to parallel park. So low traffic driving, this is in your neighborhood. This is on your main thoroughfare. High traffic driving, how many hours do you need to get your permit? Hours permit for level one. There are different levels. First, in order for you to get your digital permit, you got to get through class with me. 24 hours of class, 6 drives, 4 observations, and pass your test. Then you're going to get a digital certificate. Your parents are going to print it out. You and your parent, a birth certificate, social security card, a piece of mail. You're going to go to the Secretary of State. You're going to take a vision test. If you have glasses, you need to bring them with you. Okay. We went over the permit information yesterday. If you want me to show you that again, I will. So I went over that. What's the passing grade in the test? As high as possible. Miss 1 wrong, 2 wrong. Okay. 80%. High as possible. Miss 0. Right? Set that standard. This is why those quizzes are really important. The kids who are consistently up at the top, you're going to do well, just like in school. I can tell you my 10 students who always get A's and B's. They study, they pay attention, they don't screw around. Same thing here. Some of you are kind of looking at the window. Don't call on me. I just want to look up. I want to chill. You're getting what you put into the class. How do we become better at getting the speed limit while driving so that we are driving too slow? It takes time and it takes practice. Your mom or dad has to be willing to sit in their car with you when you're going too slow. They have to tell you, honey, you're going too slow. Okay? I don't know much about Pokemon, but we've driven and they've been looking for Pokemon. So Pokemon is real. That's a great question. Give it a thumbs up. So your parent needs to be your coach. They need to tell you, okay, you are not looking, we almost got hit. And if you have an attitude, they're not going to want to be with you and drive with you. I don't blame them. Okay. So you have to keep the practice up. What's the most important thing about the study for the test? Everything we go over. The way this course is set up, you go through, you do week 1, week 2, all of it. I'm going through that right now. And then I do the quizzes. I don't have to. I used to do Kahoot. I don't have to do any of this. This is why students really love this class, because I take you through deep dives. I'll let you ask questions. Okay? The company knows. High traffic driving. Your house to downtown. Your house to another state. Rush hour traffic. Me coming back from the airport. I picked up my daughter, picked up her friend who works at the hospital. We drove to the airport. I was sitting in traffic, hoping I was going to get back in time to class. You need a drive like that to teach you patience. Sometimes you go fast. Sometimes you go slow. Sometimes you sit there. It's really easy to lose focus. So you need those drives to build you up. And if you don't get those deep drives, you won't ever really feel comfortable in the car. Passing a vehicle, turn on your blinker, mirror, turn signal, blind spot, look over your shoulder. A lot of you won't look over your shoulder because you're scared. And cars tend to sit beside our car. Please put more questions in. Next, we talked about lecture 6, adverse driving conditions. Only 2 of you have been driving in adverse weather conditions at night in the rain. The rest of you have not. So that's going to be a surprise for you. And we are a cold weather region. It's going to snow soon. And you're going to have ice. And you're going to have to clean the car off. Your parents are like, hey, go, you can drive, but you got to go get gas. Your mom and dad are laughing at you, ha, 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 because your hands are going to get cold. You just have a hoodie on. You have no socks. You have your Crocs that are now frozen. So it's easy when your mom and dad warm up the car and you come in with no hoodie on. Now you got to start up a cold car, go get gas, go get breakfast. And then your mom and dad say, hey, we'll put gas in the car, but you got to go put gas in and warm it up. Some of you know, no, I'm good. Oh, you don't want to drive? Then go catch the bus. That's how your parents will like that. Be the first to say hi. Let's start a Q&A. Okay, let's keep going. And I'm going through this because this really helps us understand. So adverse weather, snow, black ice. We live in a cold weather region. It's going to be cold December, January, February, March. Road rage. We live in a society today, people are very impatient. They don't care. They're going to run you over. You're driving too slow. You didn't use your blinker. They're ready to cut you off. So you want to take a step back and you want to really be prepared. Michael Jackson is a very talented entertainer, and unfortunately, he had a really sad death. So let's just make that clear. Very talented. Okay, we all like Michael Jackson. Okay, let's keep going. We know that alcohol and drugs are throughout our society, and your test reflects that. Well, no matter what state you're in, your test will reflect that. You will have questions on there. What's the most important thing? Okay, we already talked about that. Put more questions in. I'm actually going over everything. I'm giving you a deep dive, and that's what I'm supposed to do. So you should be putting questions in. Only 2 or 3 of you put questions. The rest of you are like, I don't care, bro. That tells me a lot about this group of students. That tells me who really cares. Because this is not like some high school or college class. This is a real life class. And those students who really want to learn, they do get better. And if you don't want to learn, you're just going to sit here and sit here. But that's just who you are today. Okay, so I'm trying to invite interaction, and that's really important. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, let's keep going. So every state is different. In our state, we have a point system. Let's pretend Michaela's driving too fast. She gets a ticket. That could be a 3-point ticket, 4-point ticket, 2-point ticket. Her mom and dad will cut her head off. Why? Their insurance is going to go up 30%. It's real. Okay? So you always want to be aware and just practice good driving fundamentals. Don't speed, leave early, make sure your car is cleaned off, put gas in at night. If your parents say, hey, go fill up the car and go pick your friend up, go get a couple smoothies and some whatever. Okay, mom, dad, I love you. They're trying to teach you that responsibility. Next, review the state performance exam. I went over that a lot. I talked about what's going to be on the test, how to drive. So, and then quick review for state performance exam. Answer remaining questions students have. That's what I'm doing now, but only 2 or 3 of you putting questions in. So you think I'm out of pocket, but I'm not. Complete the state performance exam. You're going to be doing that. Then, of course, you're going to be on the true false. That's what you're going to do now. If we were in person, I would collect your binders, other course materials, and then discuss segment 1 certificate and level 1 license practice. Going on the interstate can be scary. You want to put in some questions about Freeway. Next, so put in some questions in about the Freeway, but I haven't went on yet. Put some questions in. The first, you want to make sure you have enough gas and don't run out. Next, you want to make sure you know where you're going, okay? Next, you want to make sure your car doesn't break down on the expressway. So you want to have a reliable car. Are your tires in good shape? Have you checked the oil? Does your car make a funny sound? Does it start up on the first crank? Those are some indicators, and many of you are not like me. I'm a car enthusiast. I build motors, I drag race at a authorized place, not on the street. So you might not really care about what your motor's doing, but if you don't take care of it, it's going to break down on you in the middle of nowhere. How different should driving? When it's snowing, you're going to leave earlier. Thank you, Preston. You're going to leave earlier. You're going to make sure your car's warmed up. You want to make sure you have some good tires. Your parents are not going to put you out in a piece of junk on the road, right? Hey, RJ, how you doing today? Most of your parents are going to set you up for success. Well, what does that mean? They're going to show you how to put gas in the car. They're going to show you some routine maintenance, jumper cables, cold weather gear. Okay, you can't always wear a hoodie. Many of you just wear a hoodie all your life. And then when your car breaks down, you're going to freeze. No, I don't want to wear a coat. That's for old people. I don't want to wear a hat. That's for, okay, go ahead and freeze. Your heating center is in your head. And if your head's not covered, oh, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna let my ears turn purple. Okay, that's you. When you are driving on the freeway, is there a certain lane you're supposed to drive in, or it depends? Well, first, I'll tell you what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't be in the left lane driving slow. People will run you over. You're either going to be in the middle lane or the right lane. The middle lane is the safest. You can see traffic to the left, traffic to the right. So it's really important. You always want to make sure you go with the flow of the traffic. I like that. Again, only one or two people are asking questions. I'm just going through everything. You got to know these signs. So why am I showing you this? When you take your test, I should have very high scores. But the reality is a lot of you won't study. Oh, it's not important. I got my AP test. I'm tired. So it is what it is. So if you fail, then it's not because of me. Good. Go ahead, Michael. You're good. So you got the stop sign. So look at the colors, red and white. Those are regulatory. Stop, yield, wrong way. Yellow are warnings, yellow and black. This is a regulatory sign, a speed limit sign. If you go over 55, you will get a ticket. If you go below 45, you will get a ticket because you're driving too slow. Hey, teacher, God bless you. Greetings. Hey, how are you doing? My cousin used to work in the military in Germany. Thank you. So these signs are important. And if you don't learn how to read these signs or understand them, then you want deaf child ahead. We can go into area right now. There's the sign that says autistic child. This means they'll walk on, what's the speed limit on the freeway? The freeway is 55. The expressway is 70. Good questions. We're starting out with small questions. So a lot of people, most people do drive at the speed limit. Some people go 3 over, 5 over, 7 over. I'm not advocating that. That's not my job. So you did the pre-test. What signs? You see all the signs, Connor. Everything. Stop signs, yield signs, warning signs. You see the warning signs around schools. You see the pedestrian crossing signs in downtown areas. Now we see the speed limit signs near expressways. I do appreciate you. It is a good channel. I really do enjoy it. And you need to do me a favor and subscribe and punch that bell notification. Keep putting your questions in, right? So the longer you wait to learn how to drive, the more difficult it's going to be. You may have an older brother or sister. Go ahead, keep working on it. You'll figure it out. So you see all these signs all the time. You see your street sign. That's a guide sign. On the main road. In your neighborhood, you see a 25-mile-per-hour sign. Neighborhoods. I love the questions. Keep them coming in, guys. Some people do stupid stunts. They act crazy. If you don't believe me, go to your school parking lot. Kids are burning out, spinning rubber. The pretest just prepares you. It talks about how far you need to stay away from the airbag, 8 to 10 inches, the speed limit in the parking lot, the speed limit in the residential, 2 acceptable methods. First, I need you to ask your parents this. Mom, Dad, do you turn hand over hand or do you do push-pull? Ask 3 things. Do you turn hand over hand? Do you push-pull? Or do you palm the wheel? Right? Go ask your parents. Your parents will say, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in this class right now. So ask your parent. Mom, Dad, do you do hand over hand? Do you do push-pull? Do you palm the wheel? Okay. Will you fail driver's test even if you're going over? The answer is yes, because this is a dangerous maneuver. I have that information. Okay. This is information I go over with you all the time when you're driving. Okay. And it tells you right here, and I go over it with you, you have for dangerous maneuvers, scoring 10 or more driving errors. You side swap. You don't check your blind spot, driving error. You don't look left before you make a right turn, driving error. You get a chance to make 2 unsafe driving maneuvers and you will fail. So what should you assume? We never assume, Cameron, because when we assume, we get in trouble. Drive at the speed limit. Never assume. Never assume. And the way it's set up, and most residentials is 25, even if you don't see a sign. So Cameron, I would say this to you, ignorance is no excuse. That's one of the things in this packet. So you will always 99% see a road sign. In a neighborhood, you should know it's 25. On a main street, it's either 35 or 45. On the expressway, it's about 55 miles an hour. So you never want to assume anything in the world. Never assume. I like the open-minded question, and keep asking those questions, Cameron. I appreciate you. And I'm going through everything. Roundabouts. You need to know how to yield. There are more roundabouts that we have today. If you're struggling and you have autism. Okay, I've taught students who are autistic before. You need to explain things. You need to take your time with them. You need to reassure them. I'm a very reassuring person. I'm a very positive person. I try to pour positivity into all of you. This is why I'm taking my time going over your whole study guide. So you can't say, oh, I failed. And I see more people starting to ask questions. And I will be honest, don't assume anything. I'm going back on the questions. If you go over the speed limit, you will fail. The speed limit does change in different areas. Some areas in our state, the speed limit is 75. Others, it's 55. The speed limit changes. So you got to do your due diligence to find the speed limit. You see all common signs. I'm going back on your questions. The speed limit on the freeway is either 55, 65, or 70, or some cases 75. It's higher speeds because you're in an open area, a farm area, less traffic, out of the city. As you get to the city, it's about 55 miles an hour. Then it drops down. So I'm going back over your questions. I do appreciate that love. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn the bell notification on. Put more questions in. I love this live right now. We good. Okay, let's keep going. Flashing red lights. This gives a lot of students problems because they panic. Now, you can make a left turn on a flashing red. You have to stop first and look and check traffic. You can also make a left turn on a flashing yellow. The signs are always recommended to, remember, you got to educate people. Every state has different signs. Hawaii may have a sign on volcanoes because Hawaii is a volcano, right? In Ohio, they're falling rocks. So you'll see a sign in a car that rocks are falling, right? Let's keep moving. Whatever driver must know, okay? Students under 14 and 8 months are allowed. When I receive my level 1 license, with whom may I drive? Someone over 21. So this is here also. Here's some information on violations. 4.5. And your instructor should have went over this with you. Here's some more on road signs. Implied consent. All of you type in what implied consent is right now. Type in the chat, what is implied consent? Show me you know. What is implied consent? For those signs, yes, they are recommendations. You got to know signs. You have to all the time. I love it. Keep that question. Put in implied consent, please. This is a great review. I'm giving you a very thorough review. And the expectation is when you take your test, when you drive Saturday and Sunday, you should feel more confident. And I can see confidence in you, and I can see confidence not in you. And I talk to your parents. And I look at them and they look at me because there's that trust. Although your parents are tracking us, I lost my iPhone, Life 360. More of your parents are tracking you today because they feel like it's a bad world, right? But you need to show trust. One parent said, I don't need to track my daughter. If I need to track my daughter, then that means I don't trust her. But a lot of parents are like, no, it's just a bad world. I don't want anything to happen to you. Yes, you can be tested, and you will. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. I'm just highlighting. Bring your driving experience. Driving is a privilege, not a right. Your license can be taken away. The state owns your license, not you. State of Texas, state of Florida, state of Michigan, state of Wisconsin, state of Hawaii. You don't own it. We talked about level 1. Some of you had questions, 24 hours of driving, 6 hours behind the wheel. You also typed in the requirements from different states. New York, you're going to have a junior license till you turn 18. It depends on what you feel comfortable with. You should be drinking water, something like that. So you ask questions about level 1. Got to have your level 1 complete. You got to have your social security card, legal proof of residence, and proof of your residency. Okay, so some of you ask about that. Level 1 license, someone 21 or older, 30 hours of driving, 2 hours at night. Some of you asked me that, and are required before you take segment 2. We already talked about this. You got to have your level 1 for 3 consecutive months. Well, what if I come in early? The driving school will check. What if I wait and do it later? The driving school will check. So you can't just cheat. Hey, I'm done. I drove my 30 hours in one day. No, you've only had your level 1 for one day. So a lot of kids are misinformed, okay? And in order to get your level 2, you have to have 30 hours in 3 months. You can take your level 2. Then you have to have a total of 50 hours and be 16 and finish out your hours driving at night. So a lot of you said, we already went over this. I'm just showing you, I'm being thorough. A level 2 license allows individuals to drive alone at times except between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. They can only drive during the time frame if it's at least one of the following apply. If you're with your mom or dad, you're going to a school event, or to and from your employer. The level 2 license prohibits driving with more than one passenger. Well, what if I get caught with friends? You might get a warning. The officer might say, bad kid, go home. Or they might give you a ticket. But many of you won't listen to me. You're going to be with your friends. So a lot of students have questions about this. The reason that's there, because you're going to be distracted. And that's one of the questions on your test. Put more questions in. Level 3, you're at least 17. You've had a minimum of 6 months, 12 consecutive violation-free months of driving. So around 17, you'll be free and you'll be able to drive. We talked about chauffeur's license, commercial driver's license, moped license, motorcycle endorsement. What's up? How you doing? I know you love my baller glasses, right? I know you love them. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and maybe I have like 4 or 5 pair left. Maybe we can do a raffle. Okay, let's keep going. HTS, Highway Transportation System. If your car is not roadworthy, you shouldn't be taking it on the expressway. Real talk. You got to be in good physical condition. You mean I got to get rest? Yeah, because you'll fall asleep in the car. It's called micro sleep episodes. Make sure you're in good physical condition. The reason I can drive you guys along on the weekend, I rest during the week. During the summer, I drive a lot of hours. I get a little bit tired. You must satisfy the demands. You have to have insurance. In our state, we have to have insurance. Sharing the road. Children, unpredictable. Once I have my license, am I allowed to drive with any of my friends or just the limit? I'll go back. I'm reading again. Let's look at it. Kids always have this same question, and I'm not the authority on it. It says it right here. Okay. In between your 16, I'm going to look at you. You want a clarifying statement. Let's look at it. And let's see. Okay, level 2 allows the individual to drive alone at all times, except between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. They can only drive during that time frame at least one of the following. So that doesn't answer your question. Here we go. Level 2 license also prohibits driving siblings, you're okay. A level 2 license also prohibits driving with more than one passenger, 21 and younger at all times. Okay, so you will be around 16, 15, 9, around 16. So let's keep going. And occasionally you have, if you're over 18, you're going to get something called a TIP, a temporary instruction permit. Michaela, are you awake? Michaela's falling asleep. She's like, bruh, I'm falling asleep. Wake up, Michaela. Okay. I'm really trying to go through this to make sure you're ready. Hey, that's what he said. You got it. Okay, let's keep going. So these are some of the authorities: the National Traffic Motor Vehicle Safety Act, the National Highway Safety Act, the Uniform Traffic Codes. These are the governing bodies across the whole country that make sure we're safe. Okay. We have people around the world. Love that. Let's keep going. Responsibility. Ignorance is no excuse. Share the road. Children, elderly, adults, yield to pedestrians. If my siblings do 2 and 3 can, yes, they got to be in an approved car seat. Okay, that's really important. The safest spot is in the back. Good question. Animals. Animals are unpredictable. You never veer for a deer. Okay, mate, we're talking about driver's education. I'm going over the rules in the United States. Hey, how are you doing? Where are you from? If you're first time in here, smash that thumbs up, put some questions in. So we're talking about driver's education. I'm a state certified instructor. Okay, so large animals, you can damage your car. The animal can dart. The animal can smash your car. The animal can come through the window. And in some cases, state police officers have been killed. Okay? Large animals, it says, if a large animal enters your pathway, try to brake firmly in a straight line until you are stopped or going as slow as possible. If a collision with a large animal is imminent, release your brake just before contact with the animal to lift so the animal could go under the car, the animal can flip, go through the windshield, or go over the top. Bicyclists do share the roadway. France, I love that. Haven't been to France. Love it. Do you drive manuals? Do you drive on the right or left? Please share that. Love that. So motorcyclists, they're still out driving around. It's starting to get colder, but they're out riding around. Commercial vehicles, the big semi trucks, they have a higher standard. They can't afford to get any tickets. Your siblings, you can ride with them. Can. School buses, always give school buses extra space. Emergency vehicles, pull over to the right. Work zone, 45 miles an hour. We're going to have a test in a moment. Safety tips for work zones. Don't become oblivious. Australia, I love it. I love it. You drive on the left. So in America, we drive on the right. Australia, UK, and India, they drive on the left. We do have automatics and manuals, but many other countries have more automatics. Have more manuals than we do. My day was really good. I'm an educator. I had the company come in and observe me, did really good. I took my daughter to airport. She does real estate. She's going to Vegas. I'm having a great day. Thank you for asking. How was your day? Okay, let's keep moving. You want to leave early. Don't leave late. Construction, take your time. Put questions in. It's your responsibility to get a good, safe vehicle. I'm sorry you failed your driving test. Can you tell me why? What happened? You want to make sure you have a safe car. We have to have insurance. This is proof that you are financially able in case you have a crash. I'm just going through. I love being thorough. You got to know about your horn, steering wheel, windshield wiper blades, the gas pedal, brake pedal, park brake. Yeah, you will be able to get right. Love it. Let's keep moving. This is your dashboard instrument panel. The biggest thing you guys are going to look at is your speedometer and then your gas gauge. You want to get gas at about 1/4 of a tank. You don't want to wait till it's on E. Mirrors, you got to adjust your mirrors. You want to see the side of the vehicle. You got to look over your shoulder for blind spots. Make sure your doors are locked because this prevents you from being thrown out of the vehicle. And this prevents people from getting in and trying to hurt you. Airbags, they're there to protect you. Are you legally allowed to have insurance on your phone? Or Alexis, I have insurance on my phone. Usually your parents are not going to get insurance. You're probably on a family plan. And if you smash your phone, they're like, oh well. We'll just get you another one. But I have insurance on mine because I have a contract, but my contract is up now, so my phone is paid for. It's free. I just have the service provider for internet access. So I think having insurance on the phone is good. Same thing, and we'll talk more about insurance. I like that question. ESP, that's going to be on the test. Electronic Stability Program. This keeps your car from spinning all over the road. And then more companies, you can have a digital proof of insurance. Blind spot detection, basic maneuvers, hand over hand. Remember I talked about that. Push pull. There's more than one way to turn the steering wheel. A lot of people get upset. You're doing hand over hand wrong. You shouldn't be crossing your hands. They still teach it. Hand over hand is good for parking lots, sharp turns. When executed, the driver turns and crosses their hand over another. This may occur multiple times. What is push-pull good for? This is good for making lane changes, going around slight turns. Parking, backing, I know how to look, I know how to reverse. Signs and signals, we talked about this. Yellow lights, that scares students. You want to be able to stop safely. It says, however, if the traffic signal changes yellow and the driver cannot stop safely, the key word is safely, before entering, they may cautiously continue through. Pavement markings. Okay, number one, name that sign. Is it a warning, guide, or regulatory? This is a white background with a circle and a cross through it and an arrow going up to the left. Name that sign. You're going to tell me if it's a warning, guide, or regulatory, and tell me what the sign is. This is your test right now. Name that sign. All of you should type it in. Number one, name that sign. Is it a warning, guide, or regulatory? Type it in. You will be nervous. And as time goes on, you'll become less nervous. This is really important that you look at my channel, you watch it. I'm going to go live more and more. I'll edit this into some short form content. I have clips of me educating and teaching people and me driving. So the channel's really growing right now. So I love doing this live, and you will be nervous. So the first sign is a regulatory sign. It's a white background, a circle with the line going through. That's prohibitory, and you cannot make a left turn. Sign number two, a blue background with an H. Is this a warning, guide, or regulatory? Hey, Alex, how are you doing? Welcome in. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. This is my live. Put in your questions about driving. Welcome in. Make sure you subscribe also. Okay, so number two is a guide sign. It's telling you that there's a hospital. Hopefully you don't see that, but like one of my students, she ran into a brick wall. She had to have stitches. So you see this when you're little, maybe you fell off a swing, you got a concussion, you broke your arm, okay? Number three, tell me what the sign is. It's a red sign, it's an upside down triangle, and it says yield. Is this a warning, guide, or regulatory? Hey, Gary, how are you? Welcome in. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. Put in your questions. I'm from the Midwest. Where are you from? Ask questions. Okay, number four, is this a warning, guide, or regulatory? Number four, it's the stop sign. It's red with white letters. This is a regulatory sign, a stop sign. The next one, number five, this is a yellow sign, looks like a house, and two pedestrians on there. Is this a warning, guide, or regulatory? This is our interactive class. Type it in. Thank you, Michaela. Appreciate you. Number five is a warning sign. You'll see this near schools. Okay. Number six. Okay, we have a diamond-shaped sign, a red stop sign in the middle, and an arrow. This is a warning sign warning you there's a stop sign ahead. I'm moving on. Number 24. You have a diamond-shaped sign, and it's a circle. It's just a warning, guide, or regulatory. Everyone should be putting this information in. Connor, I'm looking for you to put that information in. I'm just seeing your names pop up. Guys, go ahead and put in your questions. We have a great interactive class going on. We're talking about driver's education. Put in your questions. We're doing over signs right now. Okay, so number 24 is a warning sign, and it's warning you of a roundabout ahead. Perceive, decide, act, space management. The 3 steps of PDA. Perceive. What are the conditions? What is the traffic scene? Decide. Am I going to go straight? Am I going to turn? Act. Am I going to stop? Communicate your intentions. Headlights, brake lights, tail lights, turn signals, 4-way flashers. Warn others that there's a problem. Reverse lights. When you're backing up, your reverse lights will come on. Horn. You want to use your horn just to warn people. That's a little tap. If you lay on your horn, now you're drawing negative attention. Guys, what state or country are you from? Do you drive a manual? Do you drive an automatic? Please tell me. Type it in. Defensive driving. This is really big right now. Every driver should develop a proactive driving approach intended to avoid potential conflicts before they materialize. Wow. So this means you drive safe. Proactive drivers give other road users more space to expect mistakes. This mindset allows the driver to be cautious and have enough room. Don't worry, we're going to get a quiz in a minute. Proactive drivers also use a visual search. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. I'm a certified driving instructor. We're talking about driver's education, going over some rules. Tell me, do you drive an automatic or manual? What state or country are you from? I'm from the Midwest, and I'm an instructor. Okay, so defensive drivers also eliminate or try to reduce any potential distractions. Phones, passengers, cell phones. Potential passengers can disrupt you. Proactive drivers always operate their vehicle when they're mentally sharp. That's true. Okay, you guys stay up to 12, 1, 2, you drink a Monster Energy drink and you think you're good. You really have to get rest. Low traffic driving, neighborhoods, residential areas. You have kids, pedestrians, vehicles unexpectedly back out. This is in your neighborhood. We do a cool down in the neighborhood near the school. We do a warm up in the neighborhood to get you really to tighten up those turns. And the more time I spend with you in the neighborhood, your turns are going to be really crispy, looking nice. You're going to be like, wow, my turns are really good. And I'm like, I know, because I spent the time with you in the neighborhood. Residential driving environments are always mainly controlled by stop signs. Some of the newer neighborhoods don't have stop signs. You should always come to a complete stop and look. How come many people are not going good in English? They're able. So the current trend today, when you're in the United States, you should be able to speak English. We have a lot of truck drivers and other drivers who can get their license, but I think you should definitely learn the language if you plan to stay here, but it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. Rural driving, very dangerous. Animals come out. Vehicles unexpectedly enter the roadway off of hidden streets. America's been great, and we want to make America great again. Thank you. Thank you, Patriot. Make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I'm a Patriot. Let's see, lack of the ability to properly scan. So we don't really go on a lot of dirt roads because it's very dangerous. They're soft shoulders. Laws should be stricter. I definitely agree. That's something people need to vote on. Next, rural driving environments include unpaved roads, shoulders, no shoulders. That's really dangerous for beginning drivers. Lack of traction. You can spin off and go into the ditch. Rural driving environments, they are very open. There are no lights. There are no traffic signs. So you have to turn on your brights. You've been to your uncle's house in Texas, Ohio, Indiana. They live on a farm 5 miles outside of town. It can be kind of scary, but it's also peaceful. We have friends all over the world. So yes, urban driving, pedestrians, downtown areas, Vehicles abruptly entering the roadway. Drivers exiting their vehicles, doors popping open. I love that I'm being thorough. Drivers must use vigorous search patterns. You'll get that around your second or third drive. Don't worry, in about 5 minutes, I'm hitting you with a quizzy. Roundabouts. I just got a message. I do not support Russia. I support the United States. So I'm just really clear on that. Okay? I support the United States. And also, Trump desensitized. What does... so let's stay focused. Yield signs are always present at roundabouts. Roundabouts only allow traffic to go to the right into the center of the island. Drivers must drive slow. Drivers should never stop in the roundabouts if unexpected backup does happen. Highway driving, I love that I'm so thorough on this because some of my drivers are at their fourth or fifth driver. You're going to be going down the expressway. The higher speeds, limited access, there are gentle curves, graded hills. I think you should have been safe. Accidents do happen. We're not going to blame the girl, not going to blame the guy. Accidents happen. Let's be a man about it, be a woman about it, and do the best thing. That's my advice. Okay. Type in what you learned. We're going to hit you with a quizzy now because some of you getting mentally tired. Type in the top 3 things you learned. I love the conversation that we're having. I am a patriot. I think the United States needs to lean on some of its allies. I think it's important that we don't allow other countries to take advantage of us, particularly in the tariffs. I am a businessman, so prices have went up. I also think we need to take care of our own, and we need to really understand that we can't make it by ourselves. We have neighbors to the north, Canada. We have neighbors to the south, Mexico. We all need to work together. And because AI is here, China's got those chips. They got more technology. So we need to up our educational system. We need to pour more dollars in. So I do definitely support what you're saying. I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you. Smash that subscribe button. And what I need you to do is do your best work. I want to say thank you. Bye.